Stop taking.
You know, sometimes I am absolutely wrong in my initial observations of any given snuff. And I was all set to say that the Toque Violet has no scent persistence or very little scent persistence. That's not true. And this is one case where I kind of wish the scent wouldn't persist. No, it's not disgusting. It doesn't rate a 1. It's not even low enough quality to merit a 2. But at the very best, spoiler alert, this is going to get a 3. Hi, everybody, from the dank basement. You know, I rarely find a snuff that disappoints me. And I'm sorry that I bought the 25-gram tin of this because I'm not going to use it up. Not only is the violet soapy and artificial, and at some points in the experience overly sweet. Have you ever had those violet candies they make in France? They're actually very delicious. My father brought us some when he was on a business trip when I was a child, and I thought they were amazing because I never thought of turning flowers into candy, and I loved them. This is kind of reminiscent of that. The grind is perfectly wonderful. It's a medium grind, good moisture. This is super easy to sniff. No problems there. In the tin, it just smells like soap and a bad violet drugstore perfume. In the nose, you get some of that sweetness, but let's do a pinch because I'm a masochist. Not sure about this one, guys. You know, it's amazing. What Toque does well, they do very well, but when they screw up, yeah. For instance, the Toque Espresso, which I call Toque Excuso. It's the poorest excuse for a coffee snuff I've ever smelled. Yes, I know, Roderick, coffee essence is expensive. Yeah. You do such a great job with so much other stuff. What happens? Every now and again, I think you go nose blind. And this is coming from a guy who is blind, so I know. Yeah, you get the soap right away. It's less artificial in your nose than it is in the tin, but still soapy, and you get just a hint of that sweetness. You saw it's very easy to take. Now, how's the nicotine? Meh. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is nearly no nicotine and 10 is potentially way too much, this is maybe a 4. I mean, you could use it for nicotine if you were a lightweight. I don't know if I'm going to try to give this tin away, use it for ant poison, give it as a gag gift, and I do mean gag gift. No, it's not that bad. I'm overstating the case. It's really not that bad. This is nothing I would ever buy again. I regret buying the 25-gram tin. It's okay. But if I had to choose a violet scented snuff, I would go with the McChrystal's Vintage all day long. I think it's a far superior snuff. The tobacco base, for one thing, is a lot better in the McChrystals. I think I gave the Vintage a 5 out of 5. This, at best, gets a 3 out of 5 with a 4 on a 1 to 10 scale for nicotine. Not really recommended. If you happen to get some in a sampler or something, you might enjoy it more than I did. I don't ever want to discourage my viewers because tastes do differ. And remember what I always say, your body chemistry will change from day to day. That includes the way you perceive smells. So even if the snuff doesn't change in the tin, today's disgusting might be tomorrow's disgusting. But if it's one of these middle range sort of snuffs where I'm giving it a 3 or a 2, you know, who knows? A month from now, I may come back to this and go, wow, that's a 4. And you might too, because your body chemistry changes. And that does affect the way you perceive things. Now, I had a really amazing chicken mushroom soup with bacon bits and fresh sliced mushrooms in it for dinner. That may be affecting my perception of this. I'm doing this after supper on Thursday night, the 29th of April, 2021. Yeah, so the mushroom chicken soup was phenomenal. The little bits of bacon I threw in there and the sliced fresh mushrooms were definitely the ticket. Of course, I sauteed the mushrooms in some creamery butter with some onion and a little bit of garlic and some freshly cracked black pepper. And they turned out really good. The soup was really delicious. It's amazing how you can take a canned soup, canned product, and tart it up a little bit and make it taste really good. I wish I could do the same with this violet snuff. Toque Violet, what can I say? From the dank basement. See, I don't play music. That's going to be your key from now on. From this date forward, if I play no music, it means I've got something either mildly negative or very negative to say about a snuff. That should be my cue. What do you think? Is that a good idea? My cue. Again, from the dank basement. Thanks for hitting that like button. And if you're a trollio, assholio, douchebagio, I suggest you hit the dislike button, because I know it'll give you a boner.